Hello, 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 hello. Oh my goodness. Let the algorithm do what the algorithm is doing. But witches, 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 witches. It has been a full week, actually 2 weeks, I think, since I have been live, and the break was welcome. My time away was welcome. Um, and yeah, I always, after a little break of going live, I'm always a little bit nervous to come back on live and start the routine again. But what's always amazing is when I do take a break is I get bigger insights. I allow that integration process of like what has been and what is to really kind of like take hold. And I also get to rejuvenate. I get to actually take that time to practice what I preach. So yeah, we're back. We're back. Hello. It's Thursday, 2 p.m. For Sit and Sip Awhile. So I'm so excited. I'm so glad that you're here. Please, if you are joining me on Facebook, make sure that you grant StreamYard permission for me to see your name. And what that means is like scrolling down through the description, you'll see a little blurb from StreamYard. You click on it says accept, and it sends you right back to the page. That way I know who's here. If that's not something that you want to do, I get it. Just make sure that you write your name at the back of the comment so I know who's talking. I know he's here. So, Kazboo, hello. You can ask a question. Yes, I will be getting to the mini readings a little bit later in this live. So, if you would like to drop your question now, that's awesome. If not, I'd love for you to stick around because I'm not going to be getting to them for a little bit. So please let me know what you are sipping on down below. And now that we've been here for a few minutes, let's start. Sit and sip a while. I'm Karena, and welcome back to the Witch's Inn. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining me. It means so much that you found my channel. Please like and subscribe. And if you are a generational witch joining me here at the Witch's Inn, thank you so much for coming back and being here with me, sharing the joy, sharing the love, just sitting in this moment of prosperity with each other. So today is November 11th, 11/11. If you are a Canadian citizen, then you know that today is Remembrance Day for those who fell and fought for freedom in the First and Second World War. This is also a very strong energetic portal we get during kind of October, November, and December. We have 10, 11, 12 in the Gregorian calendar, which really kind of amplifies the energy and asks us to, although in the Northern Hemisphere, we are in a season of kind of slowing down and decay, we're also kind of being asked to do that reflection that we would in spring of where do we want to go next year? What do we want to do? What are we looking to create? What was good and what brought us abundance, the abundance that we wanted to? And where were we kind of like wasting energy? Where was it might have brought us stuff, but at the end of the day, we didn't really like it. So yeah, that's where we are currently. Monica, hello, joining me over on YouTube, sipping on coffee and cinnamon. I love the fire that is bringing forward. Very cool. Tia, hello. Yes, I will be getting to the readings a little bit later. I will be sure to ask you when that's going to be happening. And Sarah and Amy over on Facebook, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. So today, ladies and gentlemen, Critty, hello. Oh, so lovely to see so many of you here. It's great. If you are joining me on YouTube, make sure that you like and subscribe. I hit a milestone today, a small milestone, but one in the stepping stone of a bigger milestone of 100 people. So I have 100 people subscribed. My views are going up. Everything is coming up. Millhouse. I'm really enjoying the slow, sustainable growth that is happening over there. So if you are watching on YouTube, please make sure that you like, share, subscribe. It means a lot to me. So yeah, we are in the first quarter moon of Aquarius. And what does that mean, especially during Scorpio season? Aquarius is the sign of innovation. It's the sign of new ideas. Aquarians also do much, much better one-on-one than in a crowd. They tend to want to kind of blend in. They know that their ideas can sometimes be otherworldly. They are the Aquarians. They are the water bearers, even though that they are an air sign. They are the water bearers of the zodiac. So during the sign of Scorpio, Aquarius and Scorpio either get along very, very well or they are oil and water. So you might be feeling like you've kind of been hitting your head against a brick wall lately when it comes to some new ideas that you might be implementing, because we are sitting in the sun sign of Scorpio. So it's asking for transformation. It's asking for that reflection. It's asking for you to see, kind of using that Aquarius moon, using that action of this waxing first quarter moon to be like, where can I go? Like, what is possible here? But remembering, just like that Aquarian, I need to take small steps before I actually look into this bigger picture, right? So Aquarians, they really enjoy one-on-one. They're more of an introvert than an extrovert, even though we do know some Aquarians that have very big personalities. But with regards to the sun sign, that is what we're looking at, really new ideas and how we can use those to transform these bigger picture that we are wanting to receive, that we're wanting to do. Okay. I have some chamomile, some honey, and some cleansing peppermint. All right. So stop, take a breath, and join the crowd or season to see where you need to let go and gain more clarity. So although we are in that first quarter moon and it is asking us for action, what it's really asking is what action is needed in order to make those big transformations for those big picture moments. So today myself, when I was sitting doing my morning meditation, I pulled a card from the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell, and it was to release the weight of the world from your shoulder. And when we're looking at our big picture, especially if you're an entrepreneur, or especially if you're wanting to achieve a bigger goal in your life, that can be very weighted on your shoulders. So releasing those burdens, releasing that kind of end game, that end goal, and really establishing good boundaries, not for the external, but for the internal, in order to be like, even when I meet resistance, even when it's hard for me to show up, I'm going to do my best to honor and welcome this change. I'm going to do my best to honor and welcome this resistance, because I know that if resistance is showing up, then I'm on the right path. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to start the routine. I'm ready to start stepping out into the world past this introvertedness and really expand into this extrovertedness that might be needed to achieve the goals. So what transformation are you looking to create? Are you looking at the end results? or seeing the small but significant steps you need to take right now in order to achieve those goals. So, like I said, I hit a very small milestone over on YouTube. However, if I didn't hit this milestone, bigger milestones wouldn't be achievable. It wouldn't happen. So, making sure you're celebrating those small milestones, making sure that you're seeing these small steps that you're taking in your life and going like, look, I am doing it. I am showing up consistently. I also wrote down in quote, instead of trying to solve your whole life, focus on creating one thing at a time. Just let your pile of growth grow. And that really does come down to consistency. It really does come down to being like, okay, what do I need to do every day for this one thing, right? Not this house or not this 100 clients I want to be seeing a month, not this end goal of money that I want to be seeing each week or each month. What is the one thing, the very first step in this stepping stone? And I'm going to work on that. And as I become consistent with that, and as the resistance moves away into joy or pleasure with this, then I'm going to add another step. Then I'm going to add another step and keep going from there. And what I've noticed over this last year of really taking that step back and being like, look, I have a big picture goal, but I also know that as I grow, sometimes that big picture changes. So I'm going to surrender and I'm going to do these steps. I'm going to know that the universe has my back. I'm going to know that my guides, my spirit team, they all have my back, including my future self. My future self has my back. She or he or they are already doing it. So what's the one step that I need to take in order to meet future self, in order to meet the universe and achieving whatever that big picture goal looks like to you? So take that weight off your world, right? We are leading into Christmas month, so physical weight is a big issue for people, right? Routines, healthy routines, sticking with your boundaries, taking those big picture things off your goal, off your chest, off your shoulders, and saying, what's that one thing I need in order to really get this ball rolling, to create that pile of joy, that pile of accomplishments, in order to see in a year from now, looking back and being like, look at, I did it. I committed to me. I committed to self. And this is what I achieved, not by straining and creating weight of seeing the end goal, but by really just taking one small step at a time and going forward from there. So that is a little bit of our astral forecast for this week, for this weekend in particular. Okay. We do have the Taurus lunar eclipse happening on the 18th, 19th, 20th, depending on where you are and where you want to celebrate. This is a big moon, especially at the tail end of Scorpio season. This is comfort. This is like, where are you willing? Like, and I've preached this a lot, but like, where are you willing to get uncomfortable in order to bring a new level of comfort into your life? Where are you willing to see these shadow self, this shadow of your exterior, your interior, to be like, okay, these are the steps. These are the small but significant steps I can take right now through Scorpio season in these dark months in order for when that summer comes, when I'm celebrating, when I'm shining, when I'm doing my best, when I'm living that best witch life, it's all because of past self. So that's what I really want you to see here. As well, in my description box below, you will see that I have my booking link. And if you would like a personalized, either 10-minute email video reading, half-hour one-to-one, or hour one-to-one reading with myself, just you and I, you can book all that in the description box below. So, in saying that, what I would like to talk about now is some changes that are going to be happening to Sit and Sip a While. Like I said, I've had a 2-week break and I've realized what was working, what wasn't working, where I felt energetically aligned, and where I didn't really feel energetically aligned. And so it's time to change, it's time to grow, and it's time to trust the process of that growth. Hey, Stephanie. Hello, Songbird. Ooh, I like that. Nice to have you here joining me live today. Thank you so much. So, going forward, for the first 15 to 20 minutes of Sit and Sip a While, it will be an astral forecast to get you through that week. I used to write a mooncast every week. It's not something that I really enjoyed, but I have missed expressing that what's in store for the week. I really enjoy showing up on video, so why not incorporate that into Sit and Sip a While? So we're going to do that as well. I am still keeping the pick a card readings because it's something that no matter who's tuning in at any time can really get the message that they need and to hear at this time. Instead, at the top of the readings, I am going to be dropping that to the back of the readings. Okay. So for those who are joining live, depending on how many are here, they will get a reading. And then anyone else who has joined the live later or joined the replay will get the pick of card at the end of the reading. I just find that it flows a little bit better and it benefits me a little bit more as well. I'm no longer going to be reading for every single person that is here. Depending on how many are showing up, I will be doing a maximum of 10 readings per Sit and Sip a While, whether that's on a Thursday or if I decide to do a random stream live throughout the month or during the week or whatever. Okay. So it'll be a maximum of 10. And it is going to be kind of like, okay, here I'm doing a reading now. The next comment I see will then get a reading. It just, again, energetically, I was feeling very pressured. And again, this was my own thing of trying to get through everyone, trying to please everyone. But really, I was end up cutting some of my own energy, some of my own resources off. So going forward, maximum of 10 people will be getting a reading. If there's less, then hopefully everyone gets a reading. And then, of course, those who are joining the replay will get their pick of card at the end. But I do encourage everyone to listen to everyone's reading because although you might not get a card, I can almost guarantee that something is going to resonate with you in your life. And it's like trusting that intuition of going like, ooh, if that resonates, then I know that like my angels, my spirit guides, they're piggybacking on someone else. And I'm going to get the message that I need as well. And lastly, I will no longer after today actually be going live in my group, the Witch's Corner. From now on, if you're joining me on Facebook, it will either be on Balance Support and Self-Care Studios or on my Facebook page, the Witch.inn. And all of that can be found in the description box through my link tree and YouTube. Obviously, those who are joining me on YouTube. Again, it's just more energetically aligned for myself. And I want to make sure that a broader audience can see it and not cutting off resources and abundance for myself. So, yeah, I hope that everyone who is here can understand. But this is a boundary, right? Taking some of that weight off of myself. This is a boundary that I'm seeing that I needed in order to really help transformation and growth come this time. So, in saying that, I will be live on Saturday to talk about Pamela Coleman Smith, our the tarot queen. She is the artist behind the Rider-Waite-Smith deck that so many of us love, as well as what so many other tarot cards and decks have been mimicked after, right? Changed a little bit and going forward. So like and grown from that Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So on Saturday, again, sign up is in the description box in my link tree. You will see under freebies, I have a coven meeting, and what we're going to be doing in that coven meeting on Saturday night, the day of the witch, the 13th, is tarot practice. So show up. If you've never used a tarot deck before, I'll give like very brief intro into like how you can access your intuition. And then we'll be doing breakout rooms and platform readings. And then Saturday, you can join me during the day. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Queen of Tarot, Pamela Coleman Smith, because on the 13th of every month, I want to be talking about witches in history. Because that's why I got into this, right? It's a little bit political, it's a little bit spiritual, it's a little bit of everything for me. And I'm really starting to see during the Scorpio season that I want to incorporate more of these past witches. So this month on the 13th, we're going to be talking about Pamela Coleman Smith, her life, and all of her amazing accomplishments, paying her homage. And then on December 13th, I'm going to be talking about Sarah Osborne from the Salem Witch Trials. And although my last name is Osborne, we are not related, but I thought it might be a really nice way to talk about ancestral magic, as well as the reasons why the three women, Sarah Good, Sarah Osborne, and Tituba, were the very first in the Salem Witch Trials, what kind of brought that on for them, and talking about how this can affect our boundaries, right? Persecution can affect our boundaries. So that's what's kind of up and coming, what's brewing here at the Witch's Inn. Lots of really good, really integrated changes that I'm really excited to have you all here for. So Facebook user with the heart and the rocket emoji, golden idea, thank you so much. And other Facebook user, you're very welcome about talking about boundaries. Yeah, again, I need to practice what I preach. And when I notice my energy dropping, when I notice my boundaries being compromised, I need to look at that shadow aspect of self, that people pleaser that's like, no, we need to please everyone. And instead be like, no, we're here to please us first. And in doing that, we show joy, we show celebration for self, and that inspires others to create joy and celebration in their life. And we can meet in a healthier way, in a more energetically balanced, aligned way, within yin and within yang, right? That giver and that receiver, that masculine, that feminine, whatever that looks like. So that's what's going on. That's what's happening. Of course, there's going to be some other kind of amazing magic that's happening here at the Witch's Inn. I'm so excited to bring you 2022. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see what happens. So Facebook user says, those darn boundaries. That's what we worked on in my last circle. Yeah. Boundaries are a big one. They're a constant, especially in magic. You should always have boundaries, 100%. All right. My dear witches who are joining me, I don't have a thing anymore. I am opening it up. Let me create a banner. Who would like a reading? We're going to go here. Who would like a reading? Let me know. Oh, hi, Lisbeth. Yes. All right, Stephanie, I see you. Hopefully I am not frozen anymore. So Stephanie, we'll go to you first, my friend, and we will go from there. Sasha, thank you so much. All right. Stephanie. Ooh, we have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Boundaries. She is very sure of herself. She is ready to take on the magic that this world holds. What I'm actually seeing for you is more of this integration of that Queen of Wands energy, really starting to listen, right? I do feel like you're listening, but responding to that energy that's coming forward. Listening to, is this going to alchemize my life? Or is this me giving power again over to someone else? Thinking that I'm benefiting myself and them. Really holding firm in that boundary, really stepping into that kind of witch energy and being like, no, alchemy is what I need. Alchemy is what helps serve everyone in the collective. When I'm serving me first, just like the Queen of Wands, when I'm following my passions, when I'm following my desires, that is when other people really get to stand up and step up for themselves. So, what I'm kind of hearing is this mothering energy back to you. So, instead of being a mother to others, starting to mother yourself. Okay? Perfect. All right. So, Monica, I see you next in my lineup there. So I will go to Monica. You are welcome, Stephanie. What are the angels? Thank you. Stephanie, you have two cards. Monica, sorry. You have two cards that has come out. The Two of Swords and the Two of Wands. You have made your decision. It's time to follow through. It's time to go stop wavering on the decision that you've made. And again, this comes back to boundaries. I do see this not necessarily a decision with regards to business. I do see this as a decision with regards to where you are placing your energy within a relationship. They're telling me family, but they're not being more specific with that. So you have made your decision. No, I am not showing up that way anymore. But you keep coming back, right? You keep compromising on the decision because it's where comfort lies. It's where comfort is. So instead of kind of like scolding yourself, notice the energy after you have given into a decision that you promised you weren't going to give into anymore, and go forward. They are telling me routine as well. So if this is a routine, right? Really sticking to it, really going, okay, it might be boring. It might not be something that feels great right now, but eventually you're going to look back and go, yeah, that month of really integrating what this looked like, what this felt like for me, it's brought me to a much better place. So basically the thing, you've made the decision, follow through with the decision. It gives you the world in your hand. Okay. All right. So, Deanna, hello. Oh, Christina. So I see Christina and I see Deanna. Yes. So Christina, I see you before Deanna. So we will pull a card there. And remember, there will be pick a card readings at the end. So if you're worried you're not going to get a reading, tuning in to A, B, or C and placing that down in the comments so you still get a reading. All right, Christina. Christina, perfect. Thank you. We're going to go with the top card, Page of Wands. Perfect. Page of Wands. So follow that inner fire. Follow that desire, follow that passion, specifically with I think what I'm hearing is a creative pursuit that you are wanting to undertake. Remember, creativity doesn't necessarily have to be like arts and crafts. It doesn't have to be like social media, that kind of thing. Creativity is whatever drives that sacral chakra, whatever allows you to feel good inside of yourself. So follow it, go for it. They're showing me children. So specifically, if this is a creative pursuit with regards to your children, this is a good decision to make, and go for it 100%. All right. Monica says, damn, you're good. Thank you for confirmation. This all resonates. Tima, sure. I do see you. Facebook user, I don't know who you are, unfortunately. Like I said at the beginning, if you are on Facebook, I need you to either give StreamYard permission or be commenting your name after every single comment, because it just says Facebook user. I'll show you up. That's what it looks like. I will if you have time. I would love to address who that is that's asking for that, right? Because I can't see you, because we're not in person, it allows for the energy to be there. Okay. All right, Deanna, and then Tima. Okay. Deanna, you have the 7 of Pentacles. So I do feel like you're experiencing quite a lot of overwhelm right now at a job that looks really big. It looks really intimidating. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where to start because this job is just so big. So making, like I said at the beginning, you're don't look at the end result of the job, and try not to get intimidated by, if I start here, is this going to make the process streamlined? Like, is it going to make the process easy? Instead, just start, right? And the best way to start is like, where do you want to start? Do you want to start by making a list and going through that list and then being like, okay, even though this is like what really appeals to me in this job, I know I'm going to have to get through these kind of like 4 or 5 mundane tasks that really are less desirable to me. So, is there any way that you can delegate those tasks out before it comes back to you? And if not, then sitting down and just doing the tasks so that you can get to that more desirable place. The 7 of Pentacles also talks about that this is kind of a harvest that's waiting for you in order to grab it. Stop looking at it and grab it, right? Because we go to the 8, which is hard work. And then we go to the 9, which is wish fulfillment. So in order to get to that 9, we have to get to the 8, that hard work. So looking at the job and then to get to that 9. Okay. So one step at a time, that's all that's needed. But your guides, your angels are saying it is time for you to get to work. Okay. They are telling me again that this has to do with routine around health. All right. So Tima and then Sasha, thank you. Tima. Deanna, you are welcome. Tima. Okay, Tima, they're actually asking me to switch decks. So this was the Modern Witch Tarot. Now I'm switching to Tarot for the Divine. Tima, sorry. So that's what this deck looks like, and it's by Yoshi. And it's about deities, folklore, and fairy tales. You have the Queen of Swords. All right. So compassion. That's what I'm hearing. compassion. Because these do have folklore, they have like fairy tales to them. All right. So, Trandant. I'm saying that wrong. I know I am. China. It's an Arabic folktale. The Queen of Swords is a fierce and exacting force. They do not forget betrayal, so her judgments, while fair and principled, seem brutal and cold. Still, she is open-minded and intelligent and can be charming and witty when she chooses. So you did get this in the upright position, and it's saying protection, meaningful circumstances, tough love, skepticism, and intelligence. So what I'm hearing here, because what came through for me was compassion. So removing some of these harsher realities from yourself and really offering, even not internally, but externally, more compassion to your circumstances, right? I wrote down earlier too, like, what are you grateful for? So if you find yourself saying, oh my gosh, like, conversations in the shower, like, I should have done this. This is what I should have said. Been like, nope, I said exactly what needed to be said. I conserved my energy, and I'm not going to keep giving my energy over to this circumstance, this thought, this experience. Instead, I'm going to offer compassion and move on, right? Use that sword and cut it from your sphere. So wear your crown. Tima, you are welcome. All right, and Sasha. Let's see what is coming forward for you. Perfect. They want... Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm going to show both. Sorry. So you have the Two of Swords and the Tower moment. So the decision that you've recently made with regards to, I want to say, a living situation, because that Tower is showing up. Although very hard, it may have appeared as a surprise to someone, is exactly what's needed in order to really push this, push your energetic field out to really step into the boundaries that you need, and see that you can do it in a compassionate and loving way. And holding firm in those boundaries so that you're not having to continue this Tower moment. You're not having to continue this constant adrenal fatigue is what I'm really hearing. Adrenal fatigue. This just like things are going good and then they're not going good. You're having to reestablish boundaries going forward, right? And then okay, things go good. Again, it's like, nope, it's time for this other person to stand up, own their stuff. And if they can't own their stuff, then I'm sorry, but I'm changing then. You don't have to change, right? I'm changing. And I think that's what a lot of times, ultimatums, right? When we hear about ultimatums, we think that we're asking the other person to change. No, what we're actually speaking is a boundary. This is what I need. If you can't meet that need, then that's fine, but I'm going to have to move on, right? An ultimatum ultimately gets when you're trying to guilt someone into or coerce someone into making the decision that you want them to make. But a strong boundary and saying like, look, this is my need. If you can't meet this need, then that's okay. I'm going to have to find and seek it somewhere else. Or I'm going to have to kind of pull my energy back, take this energy out. So that's what I'm really seeing here. So stick to it again, this decision. Stick to it. Know that yes, it's going to create a little bit of a rocky foundation, but after the tower, really good things always happen. So allow that tower moment to bring in what you need. Okay. All right. I have time for one or two more tarot readings. Ooh, that was interesting. Do you see it pop out and pop back in? Three of Wands. I'm going to say this is a collective card because it went boop. It did a little bit of a jump. Don't be afraid to call in help to allow your ships to come in. So if you feel like you've been waiting for a really, really, really long time for ships to come in, then don't be afraid to call in help. Maybe you've done all that you can do. Now you need external help in order to really allow that to come forward. All right. You are welcome, Sasha and Critty. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So keep doing what you're doing. Don't doubt it. You are creating strong foundations. You are working like the rabbit as quickly as you can. The ram is kind of pointing itself out to me. I don't feel like you're heading into this with a ram mentality. I feel like you are stepping into this with that really kind of like, again, Taurus feeling. So if you are thinking about executing something new, the Taurus new full moon, that lunar eclipse, would be a really good time in order to step into that and to allow that abundance. Again, you're not going to see quick results. This isn't instant gratification here. This is a pentacle. This is slow moving energy. Allow the energy to grow. But if you are thinking about executing something new, I'm hearing a price increase. That would be the time. Okie doke. All right. Perfect. So if anyone else is watching, I have time for one more, and then we're going to get to our pick a card reading. So if you didn't necessarily want a personal reading here, again, check out my links. 10-minute tarot reading emailed to you. It's a video. This is how it'll look for you with up to 3 questions. It's $25. 30 minutes or 60 minutes virtual readings, me and you, just like this. As many questions as you want that can fit into the 30 or 60 minutes are all available on my website. Link in the description through my link tree. And I promise you, you're not going to regret it. Everyone that always sits with me is always, they really enjoy it. Toot, toot. I'm going to toot my own horn here. Okay. Katya. Yes, I have time. Katya, thank you for joining me on YouTube. If you haven't, please like and subscribe so that you can stay up to date on all the goodies that are happening over on YouTube. You are welcome, Critty. All right, Katya. They want this one. 4 of Cups. I feel like you personally feel like you're missing an opportunity, and that it might be because you can't get out of a grief cycle. You keep kind of revisiting past stories, past experiences in your head. And so it's hindering you from seeing the opportunities that are being presented to you. Also, what they're telling me is know that you might still just be processing this, and the opportunities that are being presented to you, they might not actually feel energetically aligned, and that's why you're turning them down. But also, B, know that these opportunities, if they are real opportunities for you to take, not just another doorway that kind of leads you astray down a side quest instead of the main quest that we are on. You might be saying no because you energetically, you intuitively know, no, this isn't for me. But I am hearing because her shirt says over it, right? Her shirt says over it. It's time to maybe tune out some of the people, places, or things that bring that memory forward of grief or sorrow or being stuck. Okay? um, so that you can really concentrate on the opportunities that are coming for you. If you have been thinking about going back to school, but you have a lot of different interests that you're like not really sure of what to do, what Spirit is telling me to say is don't actually declare what you're doing then. Just take a few classes to see what might feel good. I mean, you either go into a full-fledged program and waste money, or you do a few programs, few classes, a few courses that you really like, and those credits don't go anywhere. They can still go towards whatever you decide to declare later. Okay. Monica says, "Toot away." Thank you very much, Monica. All right. Thank you all who joined me for mini readings. I am going to get into the pick a cards now. So even if you were here for a mini reading and you want like a second reading, a general second reading, pick A, B, or C. Let me know in the comments below what you are feeling energetically. A, B, or C. Katia, you are very welcome. Deanne says B. Deanne says B. And don't forget, Sarah says please, 3C, please. Don't forget that I have a free coven meeting happening on September 13th. And we are going to be practicing tarot. So I will give a very brief introduction on how you can work with tarot. And then we'll be doing platform readings and private readings in breakout rooms for each other. It's about 2 hours. You don't have to stay for the full time, of course. And I will be live again on Saturday to talk about Pamela Coleman Smith, the queen behind the artistry of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Critty says November. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, did I say December 13th? Yeah, November 13th. Thank you, Critty. Okay, so since these are oracle cards, I am going to read from the book so that we all get the messages that we actually need. The decks that I have used today are the Modern Witch Tarot, as well as Tarot of the Divine, a deck and guidebook inspired by deities, folklore, and fairy tales. And now I am moving to the Starseed. Oh, I said September. Interesting. My head went back there. The Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. So we have A. If you picked A, your card is the Sea of Mintaka. So seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Let's see what is going on here. The Sea of Mintaka. Starseed Inquiry. How can you see the potential in a situation you're facing? What unconscious patterns are being called to bring to light? So, this all has to do with that shadowy aspect of self. Of course, we do have this amazing, beautiful sea. It's crystal clear. So, know that if you are stepping into a shadowy aspect of self, it is this shadowy aspect that's very clear to you at this time. The cosmos are speaking to you. So, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Mintaka is thought to have been a water-based planet containing the most crystal clear waters you could ever imagine. So clear that you could see for miles and miles underwater. The Sea of Mintaka card represents this crystalline clarity of potential and possibility. It's about the ability and choice to see the potential in all people and situations. This could be one of your own natural traits, or it could be a sign that what you are currently doing has great potential. Mintakans are thought to have been a galactic race who saw the light in everything and everyone. You may have received this card as confirmation that a situation or project has extreme potential and will reach fruition. If it appears in a spread, it's very positive. It's very positive outcomes. According to Carl Jung, that which we do not bring to conscious appears in our life as fate. When water appears in dreams and art, it often represents the unconscious mind. Pulling this card also means you may have been called to bring to light any unconscious patterns in which you are unaware, to look at them and see them clearly and consciously so that they don't appear in your life as fate. What unconscious patterns or behaviors are ready to be brought to light. So, of course, just like I was saying, this is a very shadowy aspect, emotional card. So know that you are on the right path, okay? And that whatever your intuition, whatever your emotions are bringing up and forward to you, you have that potential there. Milani, unfortunately, I have finished reading for privately mini readings. However, I am doing pick a card readings. So I just read A, B, and C are available. So please stick around and see if any of these messages resonate for you. Critty says that A totally resonated with the card and the reading. You are very welcome. So B, if you picked B, it's the cosmic heart. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. I really like that. Make your life a moving prayer. And this kind of calls me back to the beginning of our discussion during that astral forecast of when we are praying, we're praying for resolution to a problem or a situation that we're facing. The answer that we receive through prayer is the steps in which we need to move forward. So the cosmic heart, this devotion, potency, make your life a living prayer. How willing are you to devote yourself completely, surrender to those shadows, to that heart that keeps calling you forward towards this goal, deeper and deeper. And instead of longing for it, creating those actions that will ultimately open up that heart and fully allow it to beat in sync with the dreams, those desires, those goals, those prayers, so that you yourself are creating miracles in your own life. So how can you make your life a moving prayer? When you surrender to a state of devotion, you find yourself flowing with all of life. You're being called to refocus your attention deep within, to the intelligence of your own heart, to bow with deep reverence to your inner temple, to live your life in devotion to this place, to make your life one big moving prayer. Perhaps you felt a bit off kilter lately, sensing that the potency of why you're doing things has gotten a little watered down or weak. Perhaps you've forgotten what made you start doing them in the first place. If so, this is your call to take a moment and reconnect with the truth at the very center of your heart, to get back to the essence of what you're about, to devote your life to what you care most about, to turn your gaze deep, 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 deep. There are seasons for harvesting and seasons for sowing. Right now, you're being called to plant your soul's seeds and sing to them with deep devotion, to feed them with the sweet waters of your own soul, to lose yourself in the potency of what is that most expands your heart, to live your life according to what makes you come alive rather than what everyone else thinks, to make your life one big moving prayer. And I love that card. It is such a confirmation, I would say as well, that like if you have been taking the steps, notice the steps that you're taking. Notice how devoted, notice how committed you are to that heartbeat, that inner knowing of this is where I'm going. And it doesn't have to be a tangible goal. It can simply be, I'm tired of living in grief. I'm tired of living in sorrow. Tired of constantly feeling like the victim in my story. I'm ready to step up and be that witch. I'm ready to step up and be that heroine in my own life. or hero, heroine or hero. And if you picked C, the very last card here, trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. And I'm showing you the back of the card. I love this. It's again that like trusting that process. So Deanne said, love this card. Thank you. You are very welcome. So trust the timing. How can you trust the timing of your life a little bit more? So, are you seeking instant gratification and getting bummed out when you don't have instant gratification? I'm a Scorpio. I get it. I love instant gratification. I love the dopamine hit that it gives me, as do others, I'm sure. All right. So, trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So often, those who feel like they are here for a reason sense that time is running out and they spend their life worrying that they might miss their moment. But the only way to miss your life or your moment is to spend your time worrying about missing it. It's never too late to answer a call, and you're never too old. The tides of your life are magnificently orchestrated to come in and out in perfect unison. Don't race ahead or ride a wave that was never meant for you. You'll waste your precious time and energy when instead you could be enjoying your life. Everything has a season, and you're being called to trust the one you're in. Don't let impatience, comparison, competition, or paranoia disturb the seeds. These are all super connected, and I promise you, I did not pull these on purpose. I didn't even look at them before I started this reading. So I love it. It's all super amazing. It seems that everyone has anxiety these days, constantly scanning for something that they might have missed or a possible threat. Keeping our mind and body pointed in the same direction as our soul is near impossible at such Keeping our mind and body pointed in the same direction as our soul is near impossible at such reactive speeds. So when you are living in the past or when you're living too much in the future, you're more reactive instead of responsive to what the universe is bringing you. Right now, you're being reminded to take a breath and trust the wave you came in on, to trust the season you're in. Time isn't running out. There's plenty of time. There's no rush. It's never too late. What an amazing card to end our reading on. Thank you all so very much who were able to join me for the readings. Nat, I'm very sorry. I have ended the list for the tarot readings. Again, anyone who would like an emailed reading, so this is what you'll see, up to 10 minutes, or it will be 10 minutes. 3 questions. It's $25. You can find that description, that booking link in my link tree. Just hit bookings and all the things that I offer will come up. As well, if you would like a 30 or 60-minute reading where you and I are sitting across from each other, we can really get into it. Unlimited questions. We can work on some of your magical practice if that's what you're wanting as well, and really go from there. So let me block this person, delete comment, and we're going to block user. Perfect. All right, everyone. Thank you so very much for joining me here today. I'm Karena Osborne. This is The Witch.inn. I will see you Saturday for Who's That Witch? Pamela Coleman Smith. I'll talk to you later. Bye.